Right, back again with Toby, same favourite numbers for Summers Plumbers, 777, this time off the Yamaha R6 F2 bike to the YZF 450 Motard. Next to him, the 74 of Duncan Hart, outside there to 22 in Jaden Carrick, as we look to Malashi. And good update at the moment. Malashi, Duncan Hart, he anticipated the start, paid the penalty. He went in and he stopped. 242 back here, 242, and Mason James from Wanganui on the Sharp As Line Haul, PC Machinery, New Image here, Q and Honda, Swartz Tyres Machine, unfortunately not going, trying to get a kickstart. Oh yeah, and away we go. So he gets away. Too high gear, that's why he had trouble trying to pull a wheel as he heads down the straight. That might have been the reason as to why he stalled, so a little bit of bad luck in there, but there we are, getting away. Well, I'll tell you what, be interesting to see. Look out for the penalty board to come out. I think Duncan Hart, the number 74, he would have got a penalty. The TV camera will be showing that. He's won, and he wasn't the only one, though. He wasn't the only one. There we are in the corner, backing it in on the Motard. Well done, the TM 450 Malashi, Mitchell Thomas. So well done for Malashi, good work out there on the Silicon Engineering sponsored TM450. I'll tell you what, made a break already. That is good work. Now in Motard racing, that can be a big thing. And gets it, of course, there's not a lot of slipstreaming that goes on, unlike you do with other Formula bikes, e.g. Formula 1, 2 and 3, where you certainly don't favour a naked bike like a Motard. Big and open, wide, handsome and brutish. There we go with Malashi out in front, MMT. Back to 777, looking for one in there. Much better run this time from Richard Dibbon. Well done to young Richard, proud to have the number 1 on his plate, of course, after his effort last year. So it is Malachi, Toby, Richard Dibbon, Jaden Carrick on the number 22 bike, and not down in your program is 55, as he shows. He's on 55 when he comes out on the GJ Gardner Wanganui Toyota supported bike, but had mechanical problems, and he's riding now the bike of Glenn Hayden, the Dyno Lab Promoto Boss Triple B Limited Hazard Fastway Couriers bike. So Glenn Hayden defaulting, and that's allowed Jaden Carrick to ride his bike. So look for Jaden on 22 ahead of Duncan Hart, who got that false start, ahead of Casey Bullock, Les Wahoo, Aidan Brown and Ben Dowman. They power their way out of the corner this time, heading down that Middleman for the second time. We've got a nice group in here at the moment, and we talked about that advantage that he had. Look at that, closing right in now, and the better run coming, Toby and Richard. Look at me, young Richard Dibbon. Nice to see that he's got that number 1 plate on his bike after his excellence in the series last year. So keen to look out, and here we are. Look at that, Toby Summers out wide. Summers there, 777, Toby Summers. Here we go to one looking out to 22 in there. Jaden Carrick on the inside. Good work by Carrick, and Otters. Jason in there. So Rich Ott was Casey. It was Casey Bullock. Now unsure as to what. There's the update. And all 4 of them. There's 2 and in the 4. So look at the bike battle going on out front. Then look at those next 4 all each other. I bet you, Spider, there's been a little bit of nudge and rubber. Those guys so close together.
Oh yeah, one thing about the Motard boys, they aren't scared about knocking each other around a little bit, all in the name of safety and all that. One thing they were warned of riders beefing is not to come in and put their feet in the dirt, because a lot of these guys put their feet out and kick the stones out for the riders. Toby Summers all crossed up going into the dipper there, lost a little bit of a pace there. There's only a bike length in it between him and Malachi Mitchell Thomas on the bike MMT, but look at these 4 hammer and tongs in it for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th place. They're changing all over the show. It depends who gets to drive out of the corner. Remember, there's no fairing on these bikes, so sometimes the person in the drive gets out of the corner, doesn't always have it their own way at the end of the straight, because the other people are slipstreaming it, use it to their advantage coming over the hill. We see that. I can't even see who's who amongst that lot. It's just incredibly tight, and Toby Summers on the 777 bike was taking quicker in that last lap. Be breaking away over and above Malachi Mitchell Thomas. Richard Dimmoth there in 3rd place. Casey Bullock followed by Lewis Wahoo, Aidan Brown, Ben Dowman, James Clark, Jaden Carrick, the man that won the 600 class, and Duncan Hart. Round up the top 11. Tony Hurney, Mitch Rose, Simon Dibbon, Hayden Sherman, William Young, Mike Kyle, Warren Johnson, Shane Wire and Mason James. 20 bikes out there on the track at the moment. Toby Summers on the YZF 450 Yamaha still has all his own way, but not too much by. There's only 2 or 3 bike lengths between them. Nothing in it after the last lap. They go through that little bit of oil spill, and there's a bit of a cloud of dust pokes up. This is how hard they're pushing it. It looks like MMT's getting the drive round there. I couldn't even see two bikes there as they come out of that Toyo corner. As they disappear out of sight, we'll see who's got it. And indeed it is Toby Summers coming over the top, but watch for the big dive up on the inside by MMT, Malachi Mitchell Thomas, but he doesn't quite have the legs to do it. Toby Summers has been around this track a lot, and there's that gaggle of four people. It is Richard Tibbett, followed by Casey Bullock, Jaden Carrick and Duncan Haar. Action of plenty on the Super Motard. Of course, it is one of my favourite classes for the cemetery circuit. That they ride like no one else down there. Backing it into that turn one is just absolutely sensational, as well as Robert's guys come in there, chuck these things sideways, feed out the side. It is just a special type of racing. We haven't seen it for a lot of years in New Zealand, but when we have seen it, we've seen it. Look, side by side, coming into the dipper there, it is Toby Summers, chucks the back out there. This is just widening the bike, so MMT can't get through there, but he's not given up there, and we still see that gaggle of four people in third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Hammer and tongs all the way through. Round the middleman corner there, the Toyo tyre corner, there's now about 4 to 5 bike lengths in it. It closed up in the last couple of lengths. Malachi Mitchell Thomas is getting a bit of a drive coming out, but doesn't seem to be paying off as they come over the hill. There's still 4 to 5 bike lengths in it. Still is number 777, Toby Summers, the Summers Plumbers sponsor machine, and MMT in second spot. Looking out for this other gaggle there, and it is indeed, I'm going to have to go to the computer. That one, it is Richard Dibben. Casey Bullock's moved up, Jaden Carrick's dropped down to 5th place, Duncan Hart is in 6th. Lewis Waho, Aidan Brown, James Clark and Ben Dowman round up the top 10 here at Hampton Downs for the second race of the Super Motard class.
Well, I've got to say welcome back to our number 4 at the moment. Got to say a big welcome back to our number 4 of Lewis Waho. Lewis back on the CC Tyres Flavel Logging Pro Moto supported MAYZF 450. Got his old model bike with the wets on it back on the Pittsburgh. He's got his new bike ready and kitted for racing. Of course, for the fact that this is now a 450 class, or S2 as we know it in the Supermoto way, and not the big bikes that we used to have. In fact, remember we used to have 2 separate classes for moto, but it's now become this one class of S2 with a maximum capacity of 450. Means that these guys have really got to do some horsepower performance now, because it's not just CC big bike capacity that can give them that winning advantage. There we go, 777, Toby Summers the race leader. Back to Malachi in there in the second place. Our visiting Great Britain rider. Here we go now with 2 to look in there. Then but 1 we can see the 427 in there as well. So it is 1 Richard Dibben 427 and Casey Bullock 22 of Jaden Carrick in the 74 of Duncan Holmes is the one to update in there. Here we are with Lewis, Lewis Waho, and good work for Lewis further back in the pack at the moment. And just keen to look out, we've our 74 and 210, and where's our 74? It's Duncan Hart, he's the miss. We did have those 5 riders in that fight for that 3rd place onwards, and Duncan's now gone back to being 8th place at this stage, I think. So a little bit missing on there, 592, as these riders all look to fight their way back. So Duncan, the one we're going for, he's got a good result in that earlier race. But I tell you what, whoa, and there we go with our slide into the corner. Tell you what, that was close to it. Just trying to get it to drift, and then of course it grips all of a sudden and nearly over the handlebars. 777, and then MMT. There we go, down 1, 2 as they look to the corner. There's the swarm. Now 74 and Duncan in there. Duncan Hart, no, that is 5th place now for Duncan. So he picks up and he goes wide. Duncan Hart, beautiful to watch. Duncan Hart may have just got up in there now to be in that 4th place or 2nd in that group. Duncan Hart in a good work. Oh, he wasn't a lead. Now we got Dibben back on the inside. Dibben on the inside. Then looking to Duncan Hart. And they come all over the top like a freight train, so that fight still goes on for that next place. But it's still at the moment in Toby Summers and Malachi down here. Toby into the corner, Malachi in a lovely slide past the lapper. Here's that next group. There's one to be lapped. He goes out wide in the corner. Richard Dibben on the inside. Beautiful to watch. Then back to Simon Hart. And then go to the
I was going to say there's plenty of action out the front there.
And Duncan Hart. I think Jaden in there as well. So not quite sure as to what order those second 2 were. Look at how at the moment. Here we are, and coming round towards, here's the flag, and coming round towards the line. Here we go, 777, checkered flag, yes! Toby to do it, Toby Summers does it. Well done to Toby, the MR man brings home the bacon. Toby Summers to do it. Now the run through. 2, 4, 1. Well, how close did he get? How close did we get through there at the moment? So it is 1. And Richard Dibbon over 427, and Casey Bullock back to the 22 of Jaden Carrick, and then the 74 of Duncan Hart. How did Duncan lose so much after that earlier lap when he stood to gain so much? So Duncan Hart feeling the pressure, then looking out to Lewis Wahope. Now what had actually happened in there, folks, is that Duncan Hart, we could see Duncan on the racetrack, and he